Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters. Hope you are well. This is the last vlog of the belief series titled Inspiring Individual in World History. So, who really inspired you and how? What impact have they had on your life in general? There are a number of individuals in world history that we need to learn from and be inspired by. Regardless of the field, the environment, the religion, they dedicated their lives towards helping others in the society and at the time. So this is what we need to do in Ramadan beyond. Help others regardless of their faith, race, and nature. Be a humanitarian. Believe. I will just provide examples of those individuals who inspired me and made their difference through their writings, their actions, and their beliefs. So the first person I would like to speak about is Anne Frank. She was a lovely young Jewish girl, but was faced with danger. She hid from the German forces in the Second World War. Her father gave her a diary when she was 13, and after her death at the Bergen-Belsen concentration camp, her diary was published. Now, this diary was an insight of the life that occurred during the Second World War. She said in one of her quotes, "Despite everything, I believe that people are really good at heart." I find it really inspiring because despite the cruel circumstances she faced, her family faced, and many in her community, she still had hope in humanity. She had a belief. This is what me and you need to instill, that we should continue to do good, help others regardless of the nature. Another individual who we can all learn from is Nelson Mandela. He opposed the apartheid regime and wanted to end racial segregation. He was even imprisoned for his beliefs for 20 years. What we can learn from him is that his perseverance of unity and the unification of the hearts rather than the skin color. He had courage to remain consistent in this vision, and amongst his quotes was, "I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear." Another inspiring individual whom we can all learn from is Mother Teresa. I will initiate with one of her sayings, which was, "Not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love." So what has this taught you and me? Well, is that every small act of kindness makes a difference. She looked after many regardless of her ill health status and worked tirelessly. Many of you have heard of Abraham Lincoln as one of the presidents of the United States of America. He was born in a modest environment but had a strong focus for seeking knowledge, and he was trained up to be a lawyer. Now, despite he was able to help many people on a personal level, he had grief after losing three of his children before reaching maturity. But this did not stop him from helping others and even ending slavery. Amongst his quotes were, "With malice towards none, with charity for all, with firmness in the right, as God gives us to see the right, let us strive unto the finish the work we are in, to bind up the nation's roots." Now, another inspiring individual we can all learn from is Princess Diana. She dedicated her life towards helping others and charity work. And amongst the quotes is, "Everybody needs to be valued. Everyone has the potential to give something back." Now, this does not mean that whenever you do something good, you expect people to do something back. What that means is that via life experience, your work experience, or your knowledge, you'll be able to help someone. Okay? Now, there's another inspiring individual that really influenced my life is Muhammad Ali. He was a world champion boxer who had an unbroken faith and self-confidence. He did not want to have blood in his hands and believed that rather than fighting, peaceful ways can be conducted. Now, due to his refusal, he he didn't want to participate in the war with Vietnam. He was banned from sport, but he did not stop campaigning and reclaiming his title. Another inspiring individual that really inspired me was Dr. Elizabeth Blackwell. She was the first woman to receive a medical degree in America, and she fought for equal rights and breaking down social barriers. Florence Nightingale's passion is something we should all learn about. I mean, I absolutely love her quote where she said, I think once feelings raise themselves in words, they ought all to be distilled into actions which bring results. Now, she was marked, but due to her consistency in improving the health of her patients, she focused on infection control that saved many lives. How many of you are Harry Potter fans? I'm a Harry Potter fan. Now, how many of you know about J.K. Rowling's personal story before she became famous? She lived on benefits and lived in poverty conditions. She was a single mom. She was a divorcee. However, she never made her circumstances influence her, and she fought back, wanting to make a future for herself and kids. In a matter of 5 years, she became a millionaire. If you want to succeed in life, you need to make the effort. You need to make the intention, the time. Sitting on the floor making supplication to Allah the Most High is not going to actively change the circumstances. You need to make the move, and then Allah will help you. I know people personally who I respect so much for making sacrifice. I hope I could even be an inch of what you do as mothers. Overall, there are many lessons we can learn from world history and our society as a whole. The Quran and Sunnah are like the water and the sun that allows the tree, which is like the soul, to grow into fruits of gratitude, leaves of submission, stems of love, and roots of sincere compassion and generosity. I hope you enjoyed the belief series, and I appreciate your support, and thank you for listening. Have to see that.